Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Once again, I hope everyone is well, healthy, hands washed, 20 seconds, virus free. There's a lot of stuff going on in the media. Obviously, with all the protesting, it's a sad time in our country. These videos, these educational videos for you to be more aware of what's going on without the drama of the news associated with COVID-19. It's not for me to ignore what's going on, but to tie that to what we're talking about. You probably won't find a medical expert that's going to deny that the protesting is most likely going to increase the number of SARS-CoV-2 spread cases, COVID-19 disease, death. Because there's only one way that won't happen, and that's if the virus mutates to a less lethal form. And as I had mentioned before, that has happened with other viruses in the past. In fact, that is one theory of many of why the influenza pandemic of 1918 ended abruptly. But we do have a lot of people protesting around the country in major cities and very close to each other, obviously. It's a terrible situation, and connected to COVID-19 or SARS-CoV-2, it's how could it not spread? How could it not spread? There was a question that came up, a couple of questions, and thank you for the questions. They were all great questions. And if you have a question, please send it to me, because you're probably not the only one with that question. The comment came out, or the question, with the decreased numbers of cases in Georgia, of which I'm in the state of, and we're in the state of Georgia right now. Is it because of declining cases or declining testing? And I was confused about the question, and so if I was confused, I want to clarify. There is no decrease number of cases. The cases in Georgia and the cases in the country are not decreasing. The cases in the country are increasing. The number of deaths are increasing. There are pockets in our country that may be showing some decline, but there are many pockets in this country that are showing an increase in number of cases, Georgia being one of them. But how could it not? A few weeks ago, we were one of the first states, if not the first state, to ease restrictions and take a risk on the fact that easing restrictions might lead people to believe that they no longer need to wear a mask or facial covering or social distance. And we have a respiratory viral pandemic going across our country and our world while we're easing restrictions, and I don't think we're encouraging people enough to wear facial coverings and maintain social distancing. So we have a respiratory virus that spreads easily and covertly because it spreads to people who never know they have it, who spread it to other people because they don't know they have it, who spread it to other people, and eventually it gets to the weaker in our population who will not do well with the infection. We have a respiratory virus, it's a pandemic, we have no vaccine, we have no treatment, we only have the ability to prevent spread by using facial coverings and social distancing. No, the numbers are not decreasing in Georgia. They're not decreasing in general in the United States. They're not decreasing in general in the world. The numbers keep going up, both in cases and in deaths. We're watching what's happening over the next couple of weeks because of the protesting. But the expectation is the cases are going to go very high. I pray that they don't. Optimistically, where is the optimism? I need it. I am looking for it, and I am afraid for you. The only reason why the number of cases are not as high as the 1918 influenza pandemic, in my opinion, is due to the fact that you are wearing a facial covering, protecting your neighbor from getting the virus. And if enough people wear facial coverings still today, and continuing today, we may override those people who are not. Facial covering does some, but little, to protect you. Your facial covering protects those around you. So if you're anywhere and being cautious, and someone around you is not wearing a facial covering, someone in a grocery store, someone in a hardware store, big box store, restaurant, wherever, stand back from them. I'm not asking you to shame them. I'm not asking you to embarrass them. All I'm saying is you don't need to be a victim to that person who doesn't believe that wearing a facial covering is appropriate. The news will twist the information, twist the numbers. Social media will put out conspiracy theories. I'll tell you something very simple. We don't know what we don't know. And when there's a void of information or a void of knowledge about something, it creates a vacuum for people to throw opinion in there. And that opinion sometimes leads to wrong information, fear, inaccuracies, irresponsible behavior. For a very complicated virus, we can stop it very simply. I don't know if this is getting boring for you, but I'll just tell you. Facial coverings, social distancing, a lot of hand washing, soap and water. And by the way, if you do go into any any store, any doctor's office, any hospital, any medical clinic, any retail, when you get home, wash the bottom of, besides washing your hands with soap and water, wash the bottom of your shoes with soap and water. There have been cases of COVID-19 being found on the soles of people's shoes. And so the last thing I want you to do is get all cleaned up, wash your hands, and then reach down and take your shoe off, touching that shoe, the base of the shoe with your hand. Get some soap and water while you wash your hands, get some soap and water on the base of that shoe, and then let those shoes air out outside for a while. That'll also help decrease contracting this and spreading this. It's a virus. It has no brain. It has a behavior. Soap and water kills this virus. Our immune system helps kill this virus. That's why we wear facial coverings and social distancing, so we don't spread it to somebody who has a weak immune system where it will fester in them and harm them and kill them. Help. That's all I'm asking. Help. We're in trouble. No vaccine, no treatment. Easy to control with facial covering, social distancing, and a lot of soap and water. It's not that difficult. I just don't want any more to die. I'm begging you to help. I pray all of you are healthy tonight. I pray all of you are safe and sound. I look forward to talking to you again tomorrow. Have a good night.